my very modest attempt to pay a little back for what I learned from YouTube and the internet about Papercrete. All I really can add to the knowledge base is that I haven't seen before on YouTube is the fact that I used a conventional cement mixer for making my Papercrete. I used bags of shredded office paper. I had more than ample supply. I know a guy that's in the business, so I had more paper than I could use. I'm actually burning some of my surplus here, just behind us. I'm going to show you the job. I'm going to show you the wall that I've made, the application, and I've got a little bit of Papercrete down here in the ground that I'll just zoom in, show you what the shredded paper becomes. It's no different than what you see made with the toe mixer. This was a security cut paper, very, very finely. You can actually, if the focus is okay, you can see the fine nature of how that was shred. Saturate it, really saturate it with water once it's in the mixer, and it churns probably this finely cut stuff maybe for 25 minutes. The strip cut paper, which is the majority of what I used, there's a sample of strip cut shredded paper. This would churn maybe for 40 minutes. Longer in colder weather during the fall, shorter in the hot summer months. Over the course of 3 summers, I probably made a couple hundred blocks. I'm only here on the weekends, so Saturday, Sunday is when I would be making my blocks. And I'd have a frame just sitting here on the ground in front of the mixer. It's put away now, but I'll just show you the frame. It's made out of 2x10s, and the blocks are 12x12. That's before shrinkage, of course, so there's the frame, just stowed away. Garbage can lid sitting on top, but you can see 6 blocks in the frame. So I'd make 1 rack on Saturday, and I'd make another rack on Sunday. The blocks would have to sit overnight still in the form before I could move it, otherwise the blocks would sag too much. Sunday morning, take the form off and start the mixer up again, churn paper throughout the day, and pour another 6 blocks. I'd come back the next weekend, and after sitting for a week, then the blocks can be moved. Certainly not before, otherwise they'll just crumble and fall apart. And in this climate, I'm near Ottawa, Canada. After a week sitting, they would have to be moved over into the garage. And if you don't have an area to dry your blocks out of weather, some kind of portable garage tent canopy, then I would recommend you not go with this method, because I found that the blocks needed to dry for at least a year. Into the garage. So this garage wall is 24 feet long, so I had 3 rows of blocks about 5 feet high. My son's piling job of lumber, 17 years old, and that's the way he piles lumber. Go figure. Anyway, there's the blocks that I have left over. They start 12x12, but they've probably shrunk down to maybe 11 inches or so. You can actually see there's a bit of a taper. You know, they would settle and dry faster towards the top of the block, and anyway, I would just alternate, invert them as I was laying my wall, and I'll show you that in a minute. So, 3 summers work, and I probably did a row 5 feet high each summer. The row that I just did last year was just barely dry enough. You could tell just by the weight of it that it was still holding quite a bit of moisture, whereas the first row, first summer, light as a feather, really. So even the blocks that have been laid, there's still some that there's a little more drying time involved, but I don't think it's a problem. Cutting the blocks with the chainsaw, it's dull as a hoe as a result of doing the Papercrete. I heard it mentioned on the internet that blocks could be cut with a handsaw. That was certainly not my experience. I needed the chainsaw, and the chainsaw cuts them beautifully. But you better be adept at sharpening your blade. Not for the Papercrete. Even the dull blade will cut the Papercrete.